Cool, that's more like it. Let's hope people can hear us this time. So, welcome back to another video. And I'm John. I'm going to do anything all Newcastle, right? And I want people to ask us questions. I've just sent out a link on the Twitter account. So, hopefully, get a couple of people come on in a minute. So, if you like my video, if you just like to subscribe and subscribe if you're new. And it's a bit early for people to come on yet. So, I'm supposed to be getting a new computer out of the day. And basically, I was to get myself better on it. But unfortunately, the Apple shops are shut. And it is really, really frustrated because I really want to settle up the day, beginning of the year. So, hopefully, tomorrow I'm going to get a new computer. Hopefully, if they got the one I want. So, and we've got a match on Sunday against Leicester on Sunday in the Premier League, 2:15 kick-off. So we need to keep it going. I can see a couple of people coming on already, which is great. So, and I'm getting, you know what it is? I'm getting more Twitter messages than flipping YouTube messages at the minute. I mean, help us out. So, I suppose gotta wait for people to come on, I guess. Just got 2 people. Should be asking us questions, I hope. I tried to set it up twice. Unfortunately, it just crashed on us twice. I had audio problem, so hopefully people can hear us now. And yeah, so I'm getting more people coming on. And I've been to some good games. I've been to some bad games. Newcastle fan, and I support them for quite a long time. And through the Kevin Keegan years to the Kenny Dalglish, on to Bobby Robson, on to Graham Souness, and all the poor matches had in the past. So, who's been your worst manager as a Newcastle fan? If you just send us a comment, and I'll show you in route at some stage. So, and just off topic, which computer do you think I should buy? And should I get like an Apple Mac for live streaming, or could it be else things? Getting a few messages on here in a minute. I've got Spenny Mag on Twitter. Who's your best mate on Twitter? Well, unfortunately, it's not a Newcastle United fan. It's a Manchester United fan called Local Link, Red Lady, supposed to Man U. And I love her to bits. She's funny, she's fab, and I love to get on the chat one day. And she's absolutely amazing. She follows anyone. Don't just be a United fan, but it could be Newcastle, anyone. So, got a message from James. Hello, James. I hope you're well, mate. If I could just get this sort of setting. Do you think, as a fan, a consortium can make a difference in a takeover? Yes. And if so, how do you think they could contribute in a legal case? In my opinion, James, I don't think it's going to go to court. I honestly believe it's going to be settled out of court because the Premier League do not want a court case. If they do, they don't want to wash yourself in dirty linen. So my guess is I think it's to be settled out of court. And a takeover will happen, I believe. I hope it does. Because Burnley's just been taken over by these American group. So I shouldn't see any reason why the Premier League should approve. But at the end of the day, they don't want Newcastle to be in the top 6 club because they're comfortable with the top 6 already. So, good question, James. But what I will say to that as well, yeah, I just hope it happens soon. I think it'll take place probably middle of next year, I hope. And if it does, we could all celebrate, can we? So, let's hope it's going to come to fruition, James. So, how do you think Steve Bruce is doing at the moment? And do you think he's doing okay? Do you think he's winning the fans over after that point against Liverpool, the Elite? Can we beat Leicester on Sunday? And can we push on from it? I'm a bit concerned at the minute because we won 2 games out of 9, which ain't good enough. That's relegation form. We need to collect some points, some wins as well. And hopefully things will be on the up, and we may stop at James. Give us a good thumbs up. Toys Gamer said hello. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're okay. I hope I'm having a fantastic new year to the day. And let's hope it's going to be a better year than last year, because it's been absolutely shambolic. Last year with the COVID going on, I've been in the hospital for 5 days and I nearly lost my life, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I got Tony on chat. Tony, hope you have any idea how long the Archbishop case will take? Mate, I'm not a lawyer, mate. I'm not a lawyer. But you have to go into Nick DeMarco's tweets. He's the one going to represent Mike Ashley, and it's all down to him. So I think you need to tweet him, but you're not going to get a reply. But at the end of the day, hopefully in a couple of months. Also, if you check on UFC Matters on a Tuesday, if you're going to watch Steve with Liam Kennedy, and they're always on a Tuesday night between 6 and 7 o'clock. Liam is the expert on these matters, so if you'll find links, rumors, see how the takeover's going on. He's very, very good. It's actually Liam Kennedy, and I'm sure you have the latest news on that. So that's Tony. And yeah, going on the takeover, I mean, I was absolutely gutted it didn't take over, because, I mean, at the end of the day, we would have been one of the biggest clubs, with the richest clubs in the world, in my eyes. But the Premier League, the Richard Masters, decided that they wouldn't give a decision. They were hoping the buyers would pull out, and that's exactly what they've done. They thought they won, and they didn't. So it's going to go through the courts, which I don't believe is going to happen. I think it's going to settle out of court. So yeah, watch this space. Just wait and see. So and what's been your from this chat again? So hello, so here, sir. Right, so what do you think of Steve Bruce this season, guys? Do you think he's doing okay? Do you think he's changing things, or do you think it's all the same? If you leave the comments down below there, I'll reply back to these. And also, who's been your player of the season for Newcastle? I could only name one at the minute, and that's Carl Darlow. I think he's been absolutely amazing for us this season. And when he come in for Darlow, not Darlow, Devaka, everyone thought that he's just going to be okay, now special. But at the end of the day, he's been absolutely awesome. For me, it's been a 10 out of 10 our season. And when Dubaka comes back in, and this is another question I want to ask you guys. Do you think Dubaka should walk into the team when he's fit? Or do you think Carl Darlow should stay in goal all the way? For me, I'll go for the latter, because he deserves a place. He deserves to be a number one. He's worked hard to get to it, and it'd be unfair for him to see him dropped. So, again, his place is keeps. And also, Matt Longstaff, do you think he should be in the midfield for keeps? Do you think he should stay? I think so, because he's done out wrong, and he's doing fine and doing things. Come on, what more people are coming to chat, man? Holy man, what's the matter? I'll send a link out on Twitter. And I haven't done the stream long. I've done a live watch along the other night against Liverpool, and I think I've done okay. I'm doing another one on Sunday against Leicester in the Premier League. I'm going to do the press conference reaction later on. That should be fun and games. So, any more questions you can ask us. Anything Newcastle, just let us know. Just ask us far away, and I'll do my very best to come through. Don't know what's going on the screen here. I really don't. So the best game I've been to was against Inter Milan in 2003 at the San Siro. Drew 2 each, and Anshira scored twice. And it's been a fantastic game. I've been away for 3 days in Milan and I absolutely love it. And I still go to Italy now because I love my Serie A football. So I could do like a live stream on Serie A very soon, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, should be fun games. Mr. Lucky 13, Happy New Year. Having a good day. Yeah, I've seen a good day. I've been to the gym today. I went to I was go to the Apple shop today, but I found out it was shut, which I was gutted about. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get a brand new computer for that Mac so I can do better live streaming. The thing is, on the iPad, you haven't got green screen, which I could have done a lot better. But listen, I'm going to get a brand new one and going to do other things to it to make my channel better, and it will take time, but it's all great. And I got a message for Tony. If I could bang up there again. What do you think was safe, Bruce Bacon? New players or change in a playing style? Well, the playing style's got to change because at the end of the day, I don't like this 5-4-1 formation. I hate it. Right? I got no problem saying theatre back. And 2 wing backs with 2 centre mids tucked in with a 10 row and 2 up front, like a 3-4-1-2. I got no problems with that whatsoever. So if you're going to play theatre back, I'll do it that way, or even a 3-5-2 maybe. But we do need a creativity in the midfield, and that's what we're lacking at the minute. John Joe Shelby, for me, not good enough. Sean Longstaff, as Compton's a shot a bit, not good enough. So we need to play Miguel Almiron as a 10 row. That's what he's here for. Number 10, but Steve Bruce is absolutely messing my boot. And he's been playing almost like a wing back. And also he's been playing as a left wing or right wing as well. But at the end of the day, he's being messed up with. And I just hope that he plays in his correct position as a 10 role in a 3-4-1-2. Because Steve Bruce loves his feet at the back. But I do not want to see this 5-4-1 formation. Again, if I can help it. I've got no problems at all. I can see Jay. Afternoon, Jay. Hope you're well, mate. Also, a chat to you. Welcome to me chat. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you have a good one and hope things goes well for you. And let's hope for a better 2021. And so, yeah. So, I'll ask you guys questions. Where's the best games you've been watching Newcastle? What is your worst? I've told in mind the best one's going to be Inter Milan. We drew 2 each. The best game I've seen, which I'm not been to, Newcastle beat Man U by 5-0, which is absolutely amazing. And also, we beat the same team by 4-3 back in 2001 when Craig Billiam noticed on the wall of the game, and Nicholas Davsas jumped into the crowd, took his shirt off, and the same player went to the crowd against Sunderland in the time we had Derby in 2002 when he scored a winning goal. He was amazing in that game. And I've seen some poor games as well in the past. There's too many to mention about for Newcastle, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, like this season, the 3-0 defeat against Brighton at home, that was absolutely shocking. And the same Maxman had a very, very poor game that day. And we got absolutely ripped apart. And let's hope now that we start winning games. So I've got quite a few people watching now. The thing is, I get a lot of viewers watching this, but they just don't want to send a message. Why? I'm not going to bite you. Just answer the question, man, and I should put it out there. So if you're new to the chat, like, subscribe, please, and leave your comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And how do you think we'll do against Leicester on Sunday in the Premier League? 2:15 get off. Do you think, can we bounce back? Can we get a win against Leicester? It's going to be difficult. Or will Jimmy Vardy rip us apart again? Because he's been on fire at the minute. Because he didn't play on Monday. He came on late in the second half. And best in the country, and he's absolute class. And Jay's coming again for us. He's saying loans and fees coming in. Well, I listened to Steve Brewster. I'm going to do my press conference reaction later on in it, right? Either on stream or recorded. And he was asked that question, and he said, I'm not going to give any clues away, but there's back again. Right. Go back to your question. Loans coming in. It could be, like I said, Brandon Williams, Trevor Williams has been mentioned, Tom Davis has been mentioned, Phil Jones. But what we need two midfield players. One of them's got legs. He could play box to box. And also, someone's going to create, and we ain't got that in the team whatsoever. And that's what we need. So you can feed off to Callum Wilson with his chances of goals. I mean, Jacob Murphy is fine, but again, I want to see more from him. Joe Linton, his best positions as a 10 or left-hand side, not as a centre forward, but it's going to be freebies and loans. The one player I don't want to see at the club's Phil Jones. I do not want to see that guy come into my club. No way. He hardly played. So that's the thing. Who would you bring on loan in January window, guys? If you just drop us a message there, tell us what you think. And how do you think we do in the transfer window? But one thing I would say, we're not going to sign any players, any cash players. It'll just be about probably 2 or 3 loans. We'll see what happens on that. Mr. Lucky, what do you think of the rumours going around the loan signings, and who do you think we can sign? We definitely need a left back. We definitely need 2 midfielders for me, and we definitely need a centre forward without a doubt. Because for me, Andy Carroll doesn't hardly scored. He hasn't even scored yet since he came back. And Dwight Gale's injury prone. But if we lose Callum Wilson for any kind of injury, it could be weeks or months, we could be in real trouble. So you definitely need a centre forward here and then. So yeah, we definitely need a centre forward there. But my guess is it'll probably be a left back and probably a midfielder. And definitely a centre forward. But will we get them? I don't know. I really don't know. But we definitely need someone up there. And back to Tony. Too many poor games to mention. The best I've been is a 5-1 win against Mackhams. That's another I'll put down. And Howe 5-0 against the Manx. Wow, I was at that game where we played Sunderland. And that tune at the end, Stevie Bruce on off, was absolutely hilarious. I thought Kevin Nolan was fantastic that game. I thought Joe Barton was awesome that game as well. We were absolutely fantastic that game. I couldn't fault the players. I thought Christy Hooton done a magnificent job. And it's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then what they actually go and do a month or so later, its reward, it's a sack. And it goes to Milan Pardew. So add that one to the game as well. And also we beat Man U by 3-0. When Young Kabai's got a wonderful free kick. He was awesome that day. And yeah, since a couple of years now, we hardly beat any top teams, don't we? So frustrating. That's down to Ashley. Jay, hi Jay. Phil Jones? Nah, always a boost, man. Now, like I said, I'll never touch him. I wouldn't have him anywhere in my club. No way. The way Shoreline Yobi had him on tours a couple of years ago, he absolutely destroyed him. Has he improved as a defender? Probably not. Blackburn must have been celebrating when they sold him for what, 20 million, something like that. 25 million maybe. But it hasn't really improved. You know what I mean? So, nah, not for me. I wouldn't even touch with a barge ball. No way. I wouldn't mind Boost going for some Italian players in the market in Serie A. They got some canny players playing in Serie A, but ain't gonna happen. So, and another question, I could put a question as well. Do you think Cardalo should play for England? Should he be named in England's squad? Answer that one is yes, he should. Will Gareth Southgate pick him? I don't think he will because he plays in Newcastle and he doesn't pick any Newcastle players, which I do not understand. Because he's been awesome this season. He's made about 71% of shots this season. I think he's been absolutely awesome, that keeper. 6'3", absolutely fantastic. And this guy can play on for another 7, 8 years at the top of his profession. He has improved a lot. I think he's class. He's been amazing fast this season. And I love that guy. Tony again. Left back Jeffo. Attack midfield striker. Usual choices if I was in control. That's a good question. Jeff Williams, definitely. It's a hard one, but who's out there, though, man? Who is out there to come in? I mean, Sakari from Lille would be a good signing. It would be a very good sign. But would he come to Newcastle? I pretty much doubt it. No way. Just can't see it. For me, I'll probably go Weirfield. I'll go down the Championship and get some quality players in the Championship now. You really can. That Jay De Silva could do a good job for Newcastle, but I just don't think Brentford's going to go. And Ivan Toney, we're not getting back. Not a chance, but we definitely need quality in the Premier League. What we normally do now, we tend to get players who are relegated, like we've done Jamal Lewis, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fiercer. But for me, who's out there? There's just no one at the minute. But as usual suspects. So, who would you go for, Tony? Just Miss Lucky 13, yeah, he has built a solid rock considering how much he's been tested. Jay again, Connolly O'Connor of West Brom seems canny. I like Gallagher as well, man. I do like Gallagher. He's on loan at Chelsea. Midfield Dynamo, he's a young lad. He scores goals and he can pass the ball. He's got legs as well. Brilliant. He's a great player, him. So, let's see that. Back to T. $1 for England all day long. How much better than Pope and T-Rex? That's aka Jordan Pickford, man. Listen, Carl is levels above Pickford in the minutes this season. He has been. Pickford is known for his mistakes, yeah? Okay, he can be good on his day, but he's not in dollars class. No way. He's levels above Pickford in minutes. And I'm absolutely shocked that Southgate haven't been up to watch this guy play. The only way he's going to be picked for England, I'm afraid I see it if he leaves Newcastle. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. There's absolutely no way. If you get relegated, maybe. But we'll probably be okay this season. That's because of Dollar's form and Wilson scores. And that's the problem. When players starts to play well, Ashley sees the £1 million signings or the money, and no matter who they are, he sells them. And I'm sure before long, maybe in a couple months' time, clubs going to be watching this guy because he's been absolutely outstanding. Yeah, Southgate won't pick Darlow. He hits Newcastle players. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said, mate. He hits Newcastle players, yeah. Jamal Lascelles is number one a couple of years ago, was being watched by England again. Since then, his form has dropped a little bit, but Southgate won't pick him. And he only picks comfortable players. That's all he does. Southern-based players, unless your name is Nick Pope and Jordan Pickford. That's why he's from London. So if you're in London, he obviously picks the teams or clubs from London. You shouldn't have to. You pick players on form. And Carl Darlow is at the very top of his profession. So we got 12 players, 13 players out of contracts at the end of the season. Do you think this yours should go? I mean, you've got players like Sabir, he should be on his way. Lazar should be on his way. Arons should go as well. DeAndre Ledlin, he had a wonderful game on Wednesday. I think he should go as well, personally, despite having a great game. And this is the thing. If DeAndre signed a new, say, 2-year deal or 3-year deal, and he goes back to the old Ledlin, it's going to be a complete and utter waste of time. But he had a wonderful game on Wednesday. Would you keep DeAndre Ledlin for next season? Or would you just say, look, you've done your time yet, get yourself off to Turkey or back to America and hopefully do bits there? So there's about 12 players going out. Feynman Shaw's out of contract at the end of the season as well. Federico Fernandez, Kieran Clark. They're all down to the last 6 months of their contract. And surely they've got to tie them down because those three players I mentioned are doing okay. Otherwise, we're just going to have a skeleton squad in the summer. And plus, I'll get rid of Bruce as well because he's not going to be first manager. No way. I wouldn't have him my manager. Get him gone. Mr. Lucky 13, Cashley is the reason I worry about Inventable Deer. He sells players like ASM Almiron. Well, what I say is he really got COVID? Is he not going to come back for Newcastle? We don't know, but I just hope it's the format because we badly missed him. But when he's on it, he's on it. But when he's not on it, then it can be very, very frustrating. He needs to work on the final ball, though. He's got all the ability and the skills, but he needs to find the ball. But at the end of the day, wow, what can you do? And that's what Almiron. I don't think he's happy in Newcastle. You can see his smile's gone, his energy is gone. He must be thinking, why am I playing for this clown in charge, man? Howie? An absolute joke. And he came to number 10. He looks a bit peed off. Don't forget, twice Almiron got knocked off the bar, and twice it's cost us scores. A win at Southampton and a win at Man City. Yeah, he cannot defend. He doesn't have any defend. I don't expect him to defend, man. I expect him to get the ball, do the spot job, run at players, and create some score goals. And Steve Bruce is holding them back. And Almiron, I don't care what anyone sees it. He's a fantastic player for the wrong manager. And it is so frustrating. And yeah, again, who's my favourite Italian team? Is Juventus. And we are not going to win Serie A anytime soon, unfortunately, because AC Milan will win it this year because they have been unbeaten since June. Post-COVID, there must be 26, 27 games undefeated. And that is why they're going to win the Serie A title this season. But Inter Milan will push them all away because Conte needs to win the Scudetto. If he doesn't win the Scudetto, he could be sacked because he has spent a lot of money at Inter, and this is his team now. And they failed spectacularly in Europe as well. They didn't even qualify for the Europa League. So Conte's under serious pressure. And after that, how we doing, Alan, man? I hope UK, big building, big guy in the building. And talking of England, at one point, the Nova fans have called for Hayden Shelby, Longstaff England. Now, we are suddenly saying midfield is our weakest position. Alan, I couldn't say any better, man. Couldn't say any better. Our midfield is not as strong. It's not. But who's our best pairing? Who's our best midfield pairing? I mean, Shelby's out of form. Longstaff's out of form. Hayden's getting back to his best. Longstaff's coming and he's showing a lot of energy and passion in the team. Like I said, if you're going to play theatre back, I'd rather play theatre back and I'll play Matty and Hayden in the two, with the two wing backs between them, and I'll play a 10 roll Almiron and have two up top. But Steve Bruce ain't going to do that because he's scared for having a goal. Mind you, we had a right goal on Wednesday and we could have won that game. But you're right, our midfield is absolutely weak and we need to do something about that very, very quickly. And January is the best time to do it because we definitely need a creative midfielder and we need players who can box the box. And at the minute, we ain't got that. But Hayden and Matt Longstaff are my two at the minute. Johnson Shelby's out of form, not good enough. And Sean Longstaff is out of form. That's my opinion. And can you see Darlow be at Newcastle at the end of the season? I hope so. But if he wants to play for England, does he really have to leave Newcastle? You see, I don't. But unless House of Town's got to leave Newcastle to play for a top 4 club or top 6 club, he's not going to play for Newcastle, and that's a shame because he's got to be on that plane. Me, I'll bring Darlow in and I'll drop Pickford, no question. And he's not even number 1 at the minute because Robin Olsen on loan at AS Roma is the number 1 at the minute, as far as I know, and he's done well. I'm pleased with him. So, if Steve Bruce gets a sack at Newcastle anytime soon, who do you think will take his place? For me, it's Eddie Howe. But would he want to come to Newcastle? probably his family was there. Look, they'd rather stay south, and I just cannot see Eddie Howe coming to Newcastle personally. And it's a shame because he's still got a lot to offer. Yes, he's got Bournemouth relegated, but he's taken that club as far as he could. And maybe he may come in and have a fresh start, but I just cannot see him coming in because he wants a project in place. He wants to be his own man. He wants to be supported properly. And I just can't see him getting that at Newcastle. And that's a shame because he's a talented young manager and he's still got it. And Aaron's saying he's getting plenty of shots stopping practice playing for us. Love it, baby. Love it, baby. Guys, tell you what, shot stopping. I tell you what I'll do with Jordan Pickford, actually. I'll get him on Strictly Come Dancing and let Craig River Hallward give him a hard time. You know what I mean? He'd probably trip all over the place, him. He'd be better doing Strictly. Sorry, Everton fans. I've got Everton followers anyway, and they've been fantastic to us, you know. Sorry. And then you got Jay, Eddie Howe. I just cannot see him coming in, Jay, because, like I said, he wants a project at the club and he wants to have control of everything, and he will not get that internationally. But what we need is a takeover. We definitely need a takeover here sooner rather than later. I've got some people coming in and about 20 odd people viewing us. The problem is, they just want to send us a message. Send us a message, man. Ask some questions. And I should give you the answer. So I'll probably give it another half an hour or so before I wrap it up, because I've got to have me tea as well, and I've got to do the press conference reaction later on. So that'll be fun. Whether we're going to do that live streaming or am I going to do that on recorded. So what do you think the scores will be? What do you think the scores will be tomorrow, guys? Do you think Newcastle beat Leicester? Do you think you get another draw? Or do you think it'll be too good for us? And got Aaron here. Potter for me. Our team is better playing for player. The only thing stopping to be in the top 10 is a decent finisher. Yes, we definitely need a decent finisher. I mean, Callum Wilson, he's doing fantastic for us this season. 8 goals this season. It could have been another 5 on top 13. He's been absolutely fantastic. I like him. And he gives us that balance up top. And not only that, his work is absolutely fantastic. He play wide, he can play dropping off slightly, and he can make some runs as well. And yeah, he is absolutely fantastic. Ashley Graham Potter for Brighton. Apparently, he's under pressure at Brighton, I'm hearing as well, because they're not getting the results. He's signed a 5-year deal. When he joined them, he's given a 3-year deal. And then 6 months down the line, he's given signed a new 5-year deal, which I think is kind of mad, because they must have got belief in him. He plays the right way, and he plays, again, 3 at the back, 3-5-2, 3-4-3. I think he's a good manager, him. He needs time. He needs time to grow up Brighton. Maybe a couple of years, I think he'd be a quality manager. I really do. So it will take time. And back to Jay. Game on Sunday. Yes. 2 wins for 9 is not clever, but we need to start winning games, because at the minute, Leicester are a cracking team. They're fighting for the top 4, and I believe they might just scrape in this season. And if we're going to win that game, we've got to stop Vardy and Harvey Barnes. Both of them playing really, really well. And indeed, a class defensive midfielder, real class. He's in Patrick Vieira mode, and the Leicester fans love him. There's a defender I quite like as well, called Bobana, came for Saint-Étienne. He costs £32 million. He's only 19. And while watching him, the guy's going to be absolutely awesome. That guy will be in the French team. He'd definitely be playing the Euros this season. He's been absolutely amazing for Leicester. And Brendan Rodgers seems to love this guy, honestly. And I'm hearing as well that, and just a few rumours on Twitter, sort of thing, I might be wrong with this, but Nabo Bentaleb, could he come back to Newcastle? Mate, I wouldn't even touch him a basketball. He's been absolutely poor. And there's a reason why Schalke wanted to get him on loan. He only came to Newcastle, and I said this last season, he's come here just for training, basically. He's just there for like pre-season training. And that was it. I did think it was that good, by the way. All he does is pass it sideways, backwards, and flipping back to the flipping keeper. Now, excuse me, I wouldn't have him near my club. Would you take Bentaleb back to Newcastle? I wouldn't. I just don't think he's that good. And if he was that good, who else is after him? This is the thing. We seem to go for players which no other clubs seem to go for. And it's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. As long as you don't get Phil Jones at the club. Because I had a Man United fan on the live stream on Wednesday called Claire. She's absolutely fantastic. And asked us questions about United, asked us questions about Newcastle. And she's absolutely amazing. She said, you can have Phil Jones. And I said, no. Not having him. You keep him. And Mr. Lucky, hopefully not Bentaleb, wasn't good. Not just he wasn't good, it was absolutely awful. I'm sorry, but I expect him to make runs on midfield. I expect him to break the lines, and he hasn't done it. I've not seen him done that at all any time at Newcastle. I've dropped him every time he's players. I've dropped him a 2 out of 10 before after 10 minutes. Dropping 2 out of 10, and I don't think he's that good. And his team, Schalke, are 29 games without a win. Would you believe that? 29 games without a win in the Bundesliga, and they're heading down this season. And it doesn't look good to them. They're on the 4th manager this season. Christian Gross, can anyone remember him? Used to be at Tottenham with a ticket. No, man. Christian Gross, he's 66, I think he is. 66. And he's just taken over a Schalke. Good luck. Because that club should never be down there. That huge German club. Huge. And I'm going to do me daily transfer content as well. And in a couple of days' time, I'm going to read out the 3 players we linked with on a daily basis, mainly on loan. And I would tell them, are they worth getting? Will it happen? Won't it happen? And I'll definitely do the daily transfer window or update. So, guys, if you just joined the chat, if you like, subscribe to us, and it'd be very much appreciated, man. If you can do that, it'd be much appreciated. So, guys, Tony Pulis got sacked after 45 days at Sheffield Wednesday, and apparently he rang up his owner and said he's gonna ring up sick, and the owner got absolutely furious, so they sacked him for that. What do you make of that? I think that's very, very odd. For me, Tony Pulis is done. He's done in football, done in the Premier League, and if this guy ever been linked to us, if Steve Bruce does get the sack, that's me done. That's me done. How, Jay? What do you think about the Lejeune situation? Is it a season long, or do you think they'll try to offload this month? Jay, he should never have left in the first place. Obviously, he should never have left in the first place because he's one of our better defenders at the club. He really is. He's the only player that can either play out for the back and also carry the ball out as well. The guy is absolutely quality, but he had 2 bad injuries as well, mind. And the question you have to ask yourself, is he the same player at Newcastle? I still think he's got it. He's been getting really good views in Spain. Is it Alaves he's with? Alaves. He's done really well. And I think he wants to sign on a permanent deal. Will he sign on a permanent deal? I don't think he can afford his wages. And I don't think he can afford a transfer fee. But when he does come back to Newcastle, he have 1 year left on his contract. I would say when he comes back, I'd take him back. Because don't forget, we've got Federico Fernandez out of contract, Kieran Clark and Varian Shah also out of contract as well. So we're going to be short on numbers at the centre of defence. So personally, I don't think he'll come back this season, but hopefully we've got to keep this guy. We have 12 months left on it. And Tony Graham, hopefully you have Tony, would rather we went in up-and-coming youngster with physical presence in any position that someone like Bentaleb. Too many of our players are lightweights, especially in the midfield. I have to agree there, mate. Definitely have to agree. I mean, Joe Linton's, right? I don't really want to cuss him out too much because I like Joe. He's coming on, you know. But at the end of the day, there's a position for him, right? But he's got to play it in the right position. Centre forward is not his position. I'm sorry, it's not. I think he had an okay game on Wednesday against Liverpool. The one thing he has to learn, do not pull out on 50-50 tackles. Just keep going. He just keeps on pulling back. He doesn't make that tackle. But him getting fouled late in the second half when the defender got booked for it did him a lot of good. But he's coming on. But I want to see him score some goals. 3 goals in 54 league games is not good enough for a striker that cost us £40 million. Thought it was a class stat. Going back to Lucien, I'd take it. Yes, it's a class stat. And I just hope that he does well at Alaves, prove his fitness over there, come back to us and say, look, I'm ready to come back and go again. I love Lucien. I think he's a fantastic player. I can remember last year, we played against Leicester. I dropped him 0 out of 10 because he had a poor game. He gave the ball away twice. The first one, okay, cool, I accept. But the second time, can't do it, mate. So I dropped him 0 for that. And maybe he had it off there. Maybe he wasn't fit. Maybe he wasn't well. Don't know. Personally, I would have taken him off on the spot. So, yeah, I'll take him back, Jay. Definitely take him back. No question. Mr. Lucky, Pulis will be linked. He'd like to take minimum wage, just like Bruce, so he can get back into the Premier League. Like I just said about 5 minutes ago, if he comes to Newcastle when Bruce gets sacked, I'm done. I'm totally done at the club. I'm telling you. The guy's finished. What's he, 61? He's finished. He's a dinosaur, just like Bruce. Yeah? Wouldn't have him. And I just don't feel it's happening. Look at Steve McLaren. Steve McLaren was done. Yeah? Sacked. Steve Bruce came in. He's a dinosaur. Bruce Barr. Fans don't like it. He will be sacked eventually, but when, I don't know. But if Pierce comes in, it'll cause a riot. But then again, you know what Mike Ashley is like, don't you? They don't give a toss who they get to hack off the fans. As long as it's right by them. But they need to start listening to us as well. Not for me. I'd rather taste Thomas Frank from Brentford. He knows how to play football. He's got a system going. He plays a 4-3-3. He's calm, and he plays for him. He plays the right way. And if Brentford don't go up this season, I can see him being linked to some top clubs in the Premier League. And I wouldn't mind him coming to us. He is going to be sort out a manager, him. But I've got Brentford fans to see him. I think it was last season when they failed to go up. I said that I wouldn't mind taking Thomas Frank. And I got laughed at by Brentford fans saying, John, we'll drive up here. Don't worry about the taxi fare, John, he's crap. We're carrying him, blah, 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 But this season, I got Brentford fans saying that he's doing a fantastic job. And most of them just want him gone so they get Eddie Howe in. So I think you get them up this season. But who do you think's going to come up for the Championship this season? For me, it's going to be Norwich, Bournemouth, and Brentford. Those are my three going to go up this season. Daniel Farker's done a cracking job again at Norwich. They haven't won in the last 2 games, but they're absolutely fine. And they've got what it takes. They've got some good players there. You've got Pukki scoring goals. You've got Max Aaron's doing well. And you've got the Argentine lad, is it Benigria, whatever his name is? I can't pronounce his name, but apparently he's done okay. And Bournemouth under Jason Drindle. It's his first managerial job. He's been a number 2 to Eddie Howe for years, and he's taken a mantle, and he's doing fantastically well. So that's me 3 teams going to go up at this stage. It'll be Norwich, Bournemouth, and Brentford. But it's going to be a very, very close thing. So, if anyone just joined in, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and leave your comments sections down below, and it'd be much appreciated. I'll probably do it for another 10 minutes or so, which I've done so 45 minutes, and I'm absolutely loving this at the minute. And just to remind you guys, or anyone around the world, that I'll be doing a live watch along on Sunday against Leicester City on Sunday. I'll be on for the build up 1:45 and to kick off 2:15. And I should do my player ratings as well. Quick thoughts as well of the game. And it should be amazing. Got quite a few people watching this at the minute, which is great. Again, they're viewing this, but they're not messaging us. And please do. Excuse me. So, guys, just off topic, I was thinking of getting a new Apple Mac computer for live streaming because I also improved my channel on there. I'm trying to get like a green screen, and it won't let us do it on my iPad. So I've been told I've got to get a computer, which is already built in, so I can have like a decent background behind us. So should I get like an Apple Mac 13 Pro? Because I'm looking into buying one of them. And if not, which one should I buy? Because there's lots of them I can see at the minute. Yep, Tony, yep, Swansea's doing okay with our young keeper. And Freddie's playing well, yeah. I mean, I'm not writing him off at all whatsoever. You know, he's been playing really well. He's getting a game experience in the championship, topping himself up a little bit. Treat like a big boy league there as well. Not big boy yet, but topping him up there. Couple of seasons there, and he's done really, really well. So I'm pleased with the lad. I hope one day he'll play for us. But we got two outstanding goalkeepers there in Darwin Dubakia and Mark Gillespie. He's played a couple of games in the cup games. I think he's done okay. But I'm afraid he's not going to get a look in, even though he's quite happy playing as number 3. And would you keep DeAndre Edlin? Would you give him a new deal, or would you just say, look, it's best to get Oya because we need to get some younger blood in if we can. So and you know what? I'm getting messages as well on Twitter, sort of thing. They're watching me live screen, but they just cannot get into YouTube for some reason. It's just a bit strange. I'm gonna look into that as well. I know Spenny Mag, my guy in the building, good evening, Spenny. I hope you're well, mate. And yeah, I mean, he's my best friend on Twitter, and I've told you he's on. And but I got 10,300 people on Twitter, and I've been in the social media network for 10 years, coming up to 11 years. No, 10 years to be exact. I've been on there for 10 years, and when I first joined, it's absolutely amazing on that social media sort of thing. You react to people, act friends, whatever sort of thing, have a banter. But since then, I'm not going to be funny, but there's been a lot of toxics going on. There's been a lot of fighting going on. People calling in hard at myself, and it's not fun. It's no fun. I mean, at one stage, a couple of years ago, I was thinking of coming off Twitter, but I've decided to stay on because I've got too many mates on there, and I'm just happy because I love my friends on Twitter. I love me guys. They've been great at us, and happy days. Never come here from St. England. Give Edlin the boot. He's not the worst, but we could do better. It's come to a point now, right? I'm too sides of him at the minute, right? You know, I'm going to give him till January, right? See what he does. He had a poor gig against Man City, brilliant against Liverpool, but it actually stepped up because he wants to be in the shop window to get himself to another club. And part of me is saying yes, it's part of me saying no. But I'm going to give him till January to see if he keeps it up at that level. If he does that, then I might think about it and just say, look, give him another year or so. Like, Tony, I wouldn't go with Apple. Get a desktop with decent processor, i5 or i7. The best can afford is wide, but wide is better. Yeah, Tony, I'm going to look into that one, mate. And as for Jay, about Charles, why don't they win? Jay, you're right. Never let them win. If they're going to be like that, let them carry on. But at the end of the day, right, they're not going to win us. There's no way. They're not going to drive us out of the way from Twitter. You see what I mean? There's a few names I can mention, right, who I've been trolled with before, but I'm not going to mention it on me chat. There's no way. I don't want to do that. But I think you kind of know who they are. And if they get on my nerves or if they want to take us on, I'll just block them. Simple as that. And if they want to mess us about, then I'm not going to get on the wall with them. I mean, last week, someone told us to pay off because I had a dig at Joe Linton, and he was lucky I didn't block him. So anyone says as obsessed as you're gone. Simple as that. You're in the bin. But Jay, you're right. Never let me win. I did watch this film, guys, called Think Before You Tweet to Steve Wraith. I watched it last night to Burnsley and Geordie Ladd were getting at each other, sort of thing. And I think to myself, wow, calm it down, lads. It's only Twitter. You know? Just be civil with each other. If we don't want to talk to each other, block each other. Simple as that. Yeah? And also cracking interviews with Ian Mearns, the Gates MP, with Steve Wraith. Absolutely fantastic. Steve also had an interview with Sav Mundo. She's definitely worth following. She's absolutely lovely online. Absolutely stunning. Bless her. And I get on with her. And absolutely brilliant. It's a great little video, but it makes you think twice about trolling. So if you think about doing that or anyone want to do that, don't bother because you're going to lose at the end of the day. And Tony, deactivated my old account on Twitter and started again. Got a bit disillusioned with it. Got to get a few followers back. So tweeting regularly. Tony, I'm going to get you following, mate. If you just send us the follow link and I'll follow you back, mate. Yeah? You sound a decent lad. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, guys, because I'm going to wrap this up so I can get myself prepared for the press conference reaction. I'm going to do it live. So, just a couple more questions I'm going to ask you guys as well. What do you think the scores should be on Sunday against Leicester? Just got Russell in the house. Russell, happy year to you, my friend. I hope 2021 is better than 2020. And let's hope that this COVID goes away once and for all, because we just want that away so we can start on holidays, having fun again. Listen, I do miss Italy. Because I love going to Italian games as well, or Serie A and Serie A B as well. So, yeah, definitely want this holidays back, and I hope that people start listening because at the end of the day, I'm just getting sick of it about this coronavirus, people not following the rules, people trying to be clever. But what I want to see is schools to be shut, colleges to be shut, universities shut as well. Get out of the way. So, just got Mr. Lucky 2-0 to Leicester, but I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to say probably the same score. I'm going to say 2-0 because Leicester defence are absolutely great. They're brilliant away from home. But at home, they seem to be struggling. They got beat off West Ham at home by 3-0. Fulham as well. And back to Russell, I'd like to see some live for the Italian games. Hopefully that's on the cards if this takes off. Yes, I'm going to do some live watch-alongs to other Italian game. What I'm going to do the Milan derby as well soon. I'm definitely going to do that on a live stream as well. So, mate, keep your eyes peeled out for that. I'll be definitely doing that. And Tony, 2-1 to the Toon, but I'm being optimistic. Tony, good for you, mate. Good for you. I like optimism, mate. And it's nice to see a couple of people being positive. But listen, I'm not a negative person, but I just want to be honest. But I say it's going to be 2-0 to Leicester. I just think they got a bit too much class on this. Excuse me. And yeah, lads, I'm going to wrap this up now. Okay. But it's been fantastic chatting to you. And if you like my video, if you drop the comments down below, like and subscribe if you're new. And I'm going to be on Twitter. I'm trying to get me messages on Twitter as well, but it just doesn't seem to be working. So I'll probably have to tweet them back. But listen, check us out on the live stream on the press conference reaction. Obviously, be doing that. And I'm going to do the live watch along on Sunday against Leicester. I'm going to do my preview as well tomorrow. So, like I said, thanks very much, guys, for having us on. And I'm going to read this couple messages out quickly. Good to see you live, John. That's Adam. Adam, I love you, baby. You got to get us back on your channel again soon because it's fantastic. I won it last time, even though we lost 5 goals to 2. I was a lot of jinx there. But Adam, thanks for coming on, my friend. And Mr. Lot Usage. Cheers, John. Have a good night there. And have a fantastic new year, guys. And I'm going to wrap this up now. Listen up. Do what you have to do. Let's hope we win on Sunday. And Toon said, all the best, mate. All the best to you, Tony. All the best, guys. Love you all. And until then, I'll go do a live press conference reaction. And just have a good evening, guys. Are we the lads?